So if you want to be the ultimate gifter this year, you should 100% consider purchasing this for the knitter in your life.
I'm Nora, and this is also known as Nora Knits.
Hello, I'm Nora, and you're watching also known as Nora Knits. Today, I have a little bit of a different video for you. So if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you are either not a knitter, but you are planning to gift to a knitter this holiday season and you're looking for somewhere to start, or you are a knitter and you're looking for a little bit of inspiration for your own wish list, or even just something to gift to your own knitting friends. I have taken it upon myself to pull together a list of 10 different things that I think would make a really great gift for the knitter in your life this holiday season. I've tried to pull a little bit of an arrangement of small businesses, Etsy, but also the availability of Amazon Prime. And I have arranged them from the roughly cheaper options up to the more expensive and kind of big gift options. So if this seems like something that you'd be interested in, then definitely keep on watching. Let's go ahead and get started with the first option that I've pulled for you today. And that is what we call stitch stoppers or needle protectors, something along those lines. They are little things that you could put on the tips of your needles to keep your needles safe and also stop all of your stitches from falling off of them. The ones that I've pulled for you are, first of all, from Black Pearl Magic. And I think that these are really sweet because they're just a really classy, timeless looking option. They'd be perfect for something like a Secret Santa. They're really just a neutral option for anyone who knits. And they're a pretty little pearl looking stopper to put on the end of your needles. They do come in different colors, but I really just like the neutral white ones. And they come in a set of 4 at the cost of about $9. And those can usually ship in about 5 to 7 days, which I will try to mention the shipping times for these items as we are gonna be getting into a little bit of a time crunch before the holidays. So that's the first option. I've also grabbed an Etsy option, which are these a little bit more personal. They have a little Oreo cookie shape, but there are also so many other options. And these are if you really know who you're gifting for and feel like you could pick something based off of their personality a little bit better than the more general pearl option. These come in a set of 2 little Oreo cookies, so 1 for each needle, and those come in at around $7. Definitely make sure anytime you're ordering off of Etsy, you read the individual shop's shipping times because it can vary from shop to shop. Next, we have our Amazon Prime option, and that's something for the sportier knitter or someone who just enjoys watching sports, or maybe you enjoy sports and want to share that with the knitter in your life. These ones are really fun because they're different sports balls, and they also come in a set of 10 for $10, so you really can't go wrong with that option. Next up, we have row counters. And if you have never worked with a row counter before, you are missing out. These little doodads make it so easy to count the rows that you are knitting. And if you're looking to gift something for a knitter, I think this is one of those things that people don't really think to purchase for themselves. It might seem a little bit frivolous. So I think it's a really great gift option. And they also have so many different little personalizations to the different row counters that you could find. The ones that I've grabbed for you are this first one by Twice Sheared Sheep. Their brand is always so highly recommended for their row counters. The one that I really like here is so simple and just has a little green bead on it, but they do have other options. If you are purchasing this for someone else and you're not sure what size to get, medium is a great place to start. That's going to work for your average knitter in whatever it is that they might be working on at the moment. This gift comes in at around $21, and Twice Sheared Sheep says that they could have it to you within 1 to 7 days. all depending. Make sure you read the shipping information. Kind of in the theme of the whole pearl thing for someone that maybe you don't know as well and you just want something that's going to be a great maybe Secret Santa or grab bag option. I really like this one that I found on Etsy that has the freshwater pearl on it. It does look like this one might have a little bit of a longer wait time for the shipping. So if you love this, I definitely suggest ordering it ASAP. And it looks like that's going to be around $17. Lastly, for our quick fix option, I found this one on Amazon that is just so simple and so sleek. This is perfect, again, if you're not so familiar with the knitter that you're gifting for and maybe don't know their personal taste. I really like just the very monochromatic and sleek look that this one has. Again, it's on Amazon Prime, so it can be at your doorstep in literal days. And right now it's on sale for just over $16. So that is the next option, our row counters. Something else that I don't think a lot of people think to purchase for themselves, but don't realize how much they need one until they have one, is a neck light. I think this is a great gift, especially if you are someone who spends a lot of time with a knitter who's constantly complaining about how they don't have enough light for their craft. They make these really great little lights that just wrap around your neck and have these little bendy kind of bulbs that you could use to point down at your work. I have one that I'm not recommending because it actually has little ridges on the bendy parts that tend to snag your hair. So I found this one on Amazon that doesn't look like it has those little ridges. So it's going to be a hair snag free option. And I really like that this one comes in the different colors still. So there's a little bit more personalization to it. Something that is great about the one that I have that this one has in common is that there are different levels of brightness. So you have plenty of options for when you're actually working with this light. I think this would make a great gift for the knitter in your life, especially considering the fact that this comes in at $13 on Amazon. If you live with a knitter or you spend a lot of time with a knitter, you may have seen us winding up a ball or two or completely freaking out when we're at the end of a project and we're not sure we're gonna have enough yarn left. A great way to remedy this is by utilizing a scale. And most people recommend using something like a postal scale because you get the highest accuracy with a scale like that. I found this one on Amazon. It has great reviews and does state that it is a high accuracy scale. Something that makes it a little bit more fun to gift is that it does come in different colors, which is especially great if you are gifting for someone who has a craft room and likes all their things to kind of be set out and looking nice and aesthetic. So I really like that about this scale, as well as the fact that the price of this one comes in around $21, and again, Amazon Prime. This next gift is actually great for knitters or just people who really like to take care of their clothing, sweaters, knitwear in general, and that is a gleaner or a shaver. I actually reached out on my Instagram and asked my following over there what their favorite and most reliable style of gleaner or sweater shaver was, and the most highly recommended one is the one by Petite Knit, which is the one that I've linked down below. It's an electric sweater shaver. I would trust people's word of mouth review of this before I would trust something else. I definitely think that this is a great option for the knitter in your life. It comes in around $20 and it looks like it could ship in about 5 to 15 days. Do keep in mind that if you're in the US, this would be coming from overseas. So make sure that you take that into consideration if you're going to order this for the holidays. Another highly recommended option in the way of a gleaner or a sweater shaver is a non-electric option. And this is the Gleaner brand original gleaner. You can find this one on Amazon for $14. I also would recommend just looking into other electric options. If you're in a little bit more of a pinch, just make sure you read the reviews on Amazon. The next gift idea that I have for you is going to seem maybe a little out of left field. But let me tell you, I am a girl who loves to knit in the summer, and I don't care that I'm knitting with wool in the summer. I am outside in the heat at all of the outdoor concerts, and I am sitting there knitting a sweater. So it does tend to get a little bit toasty, and that's why this year I actually developed, I think, the perfect knitting setup. And Part of that is one of these neck fans. Now, the one that I have, I'm not recommending because it actually has two little mini individual fans with running blades on it. And I'm always just terrified that my hair is going to get stuck in it. But I did do a little bit of research on Amazon and read all the reviews, and it seems like this one is a really great option as it is bladeless. And again, like the neck light, you literally just wear this over your neck and you have fans to keep you cool while you're knitting in the summer. I think that this is the ultimate gift for a knitter in your life because I'm telling you, they don't know that they need this item. Again, the one that I found does come in different colors, and this would be a great gift coming in at around $30 from Amazon. Now, if the knitter in your life is someone who likes to keep notes about their work, or maybe you've listened to them complaining about the fact that they didn't take notes about their work and wish that they had a better system to do so, they make these things called maker notebooks. These do have a wide variety of range in the price depending on the materials and just the content of the book itself. But the three options that I've prepared for you today are first, the official maker's notebook by Making Treasures. It's first of all super aesthetic. It's a beautiful notebook, so it does make a great gift because of that alone. It also includes way more information than just somewhere to keep your notes. There's a whole sort of knitting index, so it's a great place to start if you are a new knitter too. Basically, I would just call this kind of one notebook to rule them all, which is why it does come in at a little bit of a heftier price tag at $50. But it does look like it'll ship out in about 7 to 10 days. And I think that this would be a beautiful gift option. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more cost effective, but still in the vein of a small business type, I found this one on Etsy. And it's pretty cool because this one actually comes in a standard and lefty option. So if you have a lefty knitter, this might be the way to go for you. This one also comes in multiple colors, so there's plenty of options for making sure that you get the right notebook for the knitter in your life. Again, we do have a little bit of a longer lead time on this one. It is Etsy, looks like 1 to 3 weeks. That one clocks in at about $32. And certainly if you are in a pinch, you can find options on Amazon. I will say that these ones aren't nearly as detail oriented. However, Vogue does have an official Vogue knitting project journal, and it's available on Amazon Prime. That one comes in at $18. So those are all of my more budget-friendly options. We do have just a few more gift ideas that are not as budget friendly, but that I can't recommend more. The first one I feel particularly passionate about, and that's because this is part of my personal elite knitting summer setup. And that is a product by the brand GCI Outdoor. This is gonna sound like a sponsorship. It's not. None of these things are sponsored. I personally purchased a chair from this company this past summer to, like I said, really beef up my summer knitting setup. When people saw the chair that I had at these outdoor concerts all year, I was literally hosting like Goldilocks sessions where people were coming to try out my chair. And week after week, more and more people had purchased the same one. So really, GCI Outdoor, you should be cutting me a deal for the sales that I've brought you this year. This is their rocker outdoor chair. Now they do have different styles. The one that I have personally is called the Pod Rocker. But Amazon has these options that I do recommend, I think more than the one that I personally own for just a couple of reasons. So the one that I'm showing you here today is a very standard sort of director's style outdoor chair. But what's so cool about these chairs is that as long as you are on a level surface, or at least something that's sort of slanting back a little bit, it uses hydraulics to give you the option to rock while you're knitting outdoors, but they compact into your typical, bring it to a barbecue or outdoor concert style chair. The one that I'm showing you here today has really sturdy armrests And I found that this was particularly nice if you are gifting to someone who struggles to get in and out of a chair a little bit. The armrests do provide a lot more stability and just ease of getting in and out of this, whereas the pod rocker that I have has a little bit more of that sort of like hammock seat vibe, and you can kind of get stuck inside of it. The other thing is that when I am knitting in my pod rocker, I kind of find that my elbows get lost and tucked inside of the hammock style, whereas these ones that have the armrests are great. You could put your elbows on the armrests and knit. They also come with, some of them have like a little table attachment, and they have this cup holder that I totally did not use as a cup holder. This is literally to hold my cake of yarn. So if you want to be the ultimate gifter this year, you should 100% consider purchasing this for the knitter in your life. Now, like I said, there are some different styles, so definitely read the details, read the reviews, and pick the one that's going to be the most suitable for the person that you're gifting to. But these chairs come in around, I think that they range from like $65 upwards towards closer to $100. The one that I'm showing you here today is $85. So I also think that if you are looking to give a group gift and chip in with a couple of other family members or something, this is such a good option for knitters and non-knitters alike. Get yourself one of these chairs, you guys. I could not be happier with mine. And like I said, this is not sponsored. Now, I definitely think that this next option is great if you are looking to go in with more than one person on a gift and really gift the knitter in your life something that is going to help them in not only their knitting, but just in general. I personally purchased an iPad for myself this year, and it was mostly driven by the fact that I do enjoy reading my knitting patterns in a PDF file so that I can make notes and changes, but nothing's permanent. And I like the idea of always having something really sleek and easy to throw into my bag and go out wherever I may be. And I always have the knitting patterns there. Obviously, there are so many different types of iPads. The one that I purchased is the iPad Air. However, I think that if the person you're gifting for is really only going to use this for knitting, you really can't go wrong with one of the older generations or even the iPad mini, because it's genuinely just nice to have that screen to use for a knitting pattern, even if you don't use it for anything else. That being said, if you do have it in your means to purchase one that is compatible with the Apple Pencil, I think that that's a really nice pair to gift to someone who will be able to make notes with a pencil and feel a little bit more if they're used to working with a piece of paper, if they're printing out patterns all of the time. It's a nice way to just have everything all in one place. Obviously, this is a way more extravagant gift, but like I said, if year after year you and your siblings are looking to gift your knitting mama something for Christmas that's going to be meaningful, it feels like year after year, we're always looking for something that's actually going to feel relevant to the person that we're gifting for. And I genuinely think that if the knitter in your life doesn't have an iPad or a way to view their knitting patterns digitally, this is a great gift to team up, group gift to someone. And I think that you can do the research on your own to find out which model is going to be the best for the knitter in your life. Now, that has been 9 different gift ideas. And rounding this out with a number 10, I think that if you really want to gift a knitter sort of the ultimate gift, a great idea would be to head out to your local thrift store or your Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, any of those stores, and grab a pretty basket and then purchase a few of these smaller items, the 1 through 7 kind of on this list, and put them all in a basket together. We knitters love a good basket. We like to keep our project inside of it. So you would not only be gifting that person the basket itself, which is a fantastic gift on its own, but also a few little trinkets that we as knitters don't always think to treat ourselves with. I also think that you can never go wrong with heading down to your local yarn shop. Maybe you know the one that the knitter in your life really loves to shop at, and grabbing a gift card or gift certificate. Or even if there's someone who really enjoys knitting for you, I know I would love for someone in my life to go to the yarn store and actually pick out a skein of yarn that they would like to be knit up into a hat or a pair of socks, so that I can have the fun of knitting it, but then give it back to them. And I think it would be really nice to know that the gifter actually experienced sort of the fiber love that the knitter does when they go to the yarn store. And I do think that there's something meaningful about you picking out a skein of yarn in whatever color you like, or that you think the recipient would enjoy, and gifting that. Now, if you want to go that route, something that you might want to keep in mind if you've never been in a yarn store before, or if you've never knit before, a great gift to give in the way of yarn is you want to be looking for something called sock yarn or a fingering weight yarn. And definitely for a gift, I would recommend giving something that's hand dyed. And when you're looking at these hand dyed sock yarns, fingering weight yarns, the budget that you're working with is going to be anywhere from about $20 upwards, closer to $40. And that's a really nice range. And like I said, just something so personal, so meaningful, and who knows what other little trinkets you might find in the yarn shop. So I hope that this list was helpful for either you non-knitters to gift to the knitter in your life this holiday season, or if you were just looking for a little inspiration for your own holiday wish list. I hope that you were able to think of some out-of-the-box ideas with this list. And certainly let's help each other out a little bit by posting in the comments what's on the top of your wish list as a knitter this holiday season. All right, you guys, if you are watching this and enjoy some knitting content, then I highly suggest you stick around and check out my Saturday morning podcasts every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Otherwise, if you found this video to be helpful or interesting, or would like any more content like this, definitely please let me know by liking the video, subscribing, and ringing the bell, all those things that YouTube likes. And other than that, big ol' thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!